Holy crap a moly. Cardano NFTs have been carrying the ever-living frick out of my portfolio, and today we're going to be going over just what happened recently and what's going on in Cardano right now, including some projects I'm looking at, I'm holding, and just the market in general for Cardano NFTs. Let's get into it. First things first, right now Cardano price is doing pretty well compared to all the cryptos, but in general cryptocurrency is kind of, at a standstill. It's not doing anything too crazy. Nothing in terms of my portfolio is up in the green from my average buy positions. And on top of all that, Bitcoin, it's Bitcoin. We're not at 100K yet as we're supposed to be at last year's predictions, but we're getting there. Now, with all the uncertainty in the world and in crypto right now, there's a few things that are going up, and that would be NFTs. Okay, NFTs, not all of them are going to go up. Most of them are not going to go up, but a lot of them are. And if you've been in the space for a while, or if you have a lot of NFTs in a lot of long-term collections that maybe you got lucky and they're doing really well like me, they are carrying your portfolio. They're carrying my portfolio. Recently, Clay Nation, I made a video on this, announced a Snoop Dogg partnership, which is pretty huge. Tomorrow is the day where they do join in on a Twitter space and talk. It was pretty cool. There's also a event, Clay Nation Baked, and things have been crazy the past 30 days, really, or after that announcement. That announcement triggered a massive day for NFTs. Almost 3 million in ADA and sales that day on NFTs tracked by OpenSea NFT. And then we go down a little bit, but we got a lot more volume since that announcement, especially because all the people are trying to buy Clay Nations and other top projects in Cardano. Now, I'm going to go over a few things that are carrying my portfolio personally. And this is not really that useful information. Maybe you will enjoy it, maybe you'll find it interesting, but I'm just sharing it for the fact of logging it because I think it is interesting. I've made videos on a lot of this before, but I think it's really interesting to see as the market progresses where I stand, even though I haven't accumulated that much more NFTs since I've talked about my holdings. And we're going to start off with none other than Dead Pixels. Now, you probably have heard of Dead Pixels, and you're probably sad that the floor is so high that it's almost unattainable now to really get 1 or 2 or 3. Never mind however many a lot of people have, including myself, because I was lucky enough to mint them back in the day. Now, Dead Pixels alone have honestly carried my entire portfolio in existence for the past 6+ months. I don't really know what to say. There's a lot of projects that are, boosting off right now, whether it be Dead Pixels or whether it be other projects. But it really is about getting in early in a lot of these, and it's hard to know. I've minted over 1,000 NFTs, and 16 of them have really taken off to be life-changing amounts of money at the moment. And I do think they will go further, but that's your odds right there. It's about 1 in 1,000 half the time, especially if you're minting so many collections, and learning to spot the good ones isn't always really predictable. I got lucky with Dead Pixels, although I did put a lot of time and effort into, scouting the project and really just enjoying it. At the end of the day, a lot of this game is luck-based. Now, Dead Pixels, I was really lucky with. They've been carrying my portfolio, but I also didn't sell them. So there has to be some conviction there in the project when they're at 50 floor or below mint floor to actually keep you holding them, and when they're at hundreds and hundreds of hundreds to still keep holding them as well. And it's because I simply really like the project, and I still think there's a lot more to come. Now, in terms of an investment side of things, there is projects that I spent thousands of ADA on, personal ADA, that I didn't get so lucky to mint. And those ones have also been carrying my portfolio because of this NFT craze. And some of those we're going to mention today are Makasi, which I've honestly spent the most ADA on this project here because I did not get into Makasi until the floor was around 200, 250 ADA. I spent about 8,000 ADA on these. I made a video on that too. I made a video on their white paper if you want to check it out. I'll try to leave the link down in the description. But this is something that I think is more of an investment and less of a completely speculative gamble. I still think it is a gamble, but nonetheless, NFTs have been carrying my portfolio upwards, disregarding prices, right? If technically with the prices going down, I'm probably not up as much as I would think to be, but I don't try to convert things to fiat when we're looking here because this is talking about NFT value, and there is still a lot of maybe I did okay at the end going around here when we try not to look too much at how much we're down in fiat. Another purpose of this video is to show you I'm looking at these projects in this video longer term. These aren't projects that I'm really going to want to sell immediately, and I'm cool holding them for a year plus. Usually with crypto, I say, hey, if I don't want to hold it for 3, 5, 10 years, then I'm not going to bother. And for NFTs, that is the case, but it's a little bit less of a time frame. Honestly, I've never really sold any of my NFTs or cashed in any major profits on these collections, mostly because I still think they have so much more room to grow, and it's hard to justify, selling now, selling early before they make that growth. And yes, Yummy Universe is another project that I have invested quite a bit of money into, not as much as Makasi because I was lucky enough to mint quite a few Yummies and get in early back in September, so I'm lucky there. Space Buds, another one that I did not get to mint, and I did pay a lot of ADA. I believe it was 3,000 ADA, and I only have one Space Bud. In Clay Nations, same thing. I bought one on secondary, and I minted one, so I got really lucky there. A lot of this is luck, but a lot of this is just saying that, hey, I live in my mom's basement. You're probably like me, and you probably want to get out of your mom's basement. I don't know if I'm going to get in my mom's basement, but NFTs in general have been a further way to invest my crypto without actually buying more crypto. And I'm not going to come at you with full conviction and say NFTs, but right now Cardano is developing a rapidly growing ecosystem, and I do think there is a lot of potential for people to make really good returns on their investments with NFTs if they play their cards correctly. Honestly, I'm still kind of blown away how much value some of my NFTs have went up, and disregarding all of the hundreds and even maybe 1,000 plus NFTs now that didn't really do anything, overall, being in NFTs has been a lot of fun, and it has been a really good investment so far. Lastly, I just want to add in terms of Cardano NFTs that JPEG Store, one of the leading marketplaces for Cardano NFTs, just added profiles. If you guys are interested, please leave your profiles down in the comments. I want to see what you got. I want to see what you're up to. I think it'd just be interesting to share JPEG profiles. So leave a comment down below with your JPEG profile if you made it this far. And that's pretty much it for today's video. I just wanted to share what's going on with my portfolio, what's going on here. I am down from average buy price of 155 on Cardano. But to be honest, I'm not sweating it, especially when NFTs are carrying the ever-living frick out of my portfolio. That's it for today's video. It wasn't much. It wasn't that informative. It wasn't even that useful, but it was a video. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.